Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews. I'm your host Boise and this is Raw Review. So we kicked off the show with Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin, pretty much stating that the multi-man match at Extreme Rules will not be happening. The reason why, pretty much Brock Lesnar has decided he doesn't really care for any of this, so it doesn't really matter. Pretty much Kurt Angle has complete and utter control, it seems, in his contract on who he will face and when he wants to face them. And pretty much that left Kurt Angle going, by the way guys, you know that match I promised you? Yeah, that's not happening. Roman Reigns came out, Bobby Lashley came out, and they weren't too pleased again over the Brock Lesnar situation. Both men started bickering towards each other, and of course what happens when this happens? It pretty much means the Revivals come out. You remember the Revival? One of the best tag teams in NXT? Yeah, well, it was pretty much, we're getting the same match again guys. Yay! So, and that moved us on to the first match of the night itself. Opening segment wise, it was fine. It was kind of like one of those things. The Paul Heyman stuff on Twitter and Facebook was entertaining. I wish they'd just used that a little bit more. To be honest, it was a boring segment for the start. It felt like we've seen it already last week. So for me, I'm giving this a 3 out of 10. I was quite bored at the start. So the first match, just like we had last week, was the Revival versus Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. God, deja vu. And it was pretty much very similar to the match we had last week, but the only difference is because Roman and Bobby are starting to get a little bit more fiction and they're starting to argue more, and obviously they're frustrated with the Brock Lesnar situation. It allowed the Revival to counter and get a pinfall, a surprise pinfall really, over Roman Reigns. Pretty much Bobby Lashley was like, this is your fault and all this lot. If you just let me finish the match off, we would have won. For me, I can't really complain. They are good wrestling. Like, again, the Revival are a good tag team. I just wish they were used better. And Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns, if we get a feud out of that, I wouldn't mind. We'll have to wait and see. But for me, because it was the same match once again, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. Nothing special. Just watch last week's episode of Raw if you want to see probably the better version of the match. Next match we had was a singles match where we had Woken, Matt Hardy taking on Curtis Axel from the B team, because that's right guys, B stands for best. Did not know that until I read their shirt. But yes, it was exactly what you expected. You had Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy cut a, one of their Woken promos, which is fine and dandy. Sometimes I have no idea what they're trying to say. And then you had the B team trying to parry them, and it was entertaining. I love the B team. I think they're funny as hell. I like Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas doing this kind of stuff. So no real complaints. And that Curtis Axel getting a fluke win was brilliant. He pretty much had it where Matt Hardy was about to, knock him off the top apron. He slipped. Axel fell on him, got the pinfall by mistake, and then they celebrated like crazy. And obviously Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy just went, your victory was wonderful! For me, entertaining. I like that there's the weird and goofiness of this. It needs something and I like it. So for me, even though it was not a proper match, let's give it a 5 out of 10. Let's be generous tonight. Next up we had yet another tag team match. We're going to have a lot of these tonight guys. That was pretty much the Authors of Pain versus the local talent. I think they were called Gibson Brothers or something like that. Yeah, pretty much a standard squash match, but before the match itself you had Titus Worldwide warning the Authors of Pain, look, you don't attack the backstage staff, they work really hard. And when the local talent was getting their asses kicked after the match had ended. Titus Worldwide came out to save them. For me, fine. It's fine. Good first feud to have for Authors of Pain. Easy victory. Let's be honest, Titus Worldwide aren't going to beat the Authors of Pain because that would be bonkers. But it's good to see the Authors of Pain on TV. So for me, because it's a local talent match, it's not going to get a mark. I'm opting out, alright? You can't make me mark it, okay? Next up, we had Alexa Bliss and Mickie James cut a hell of a heel promo. And they are so good at it. They really get the crowd against them, which is fantastic. To be honest, Alexa Bliss's heel promo work is, for me, one of the best in the whole company, including men and women in that, when I say that she is really good. Then this obviously caused a babyface to come out, and who was it? None other than Ronda Rousey's friend and sparring partner Natalya to come out. Natalya said, look, you've only got 23 days until my friend returns and she's going to take you out. Pretty much, you know, and Alexa Bliss turned all her heel aggressiveness towards Natalya and said, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be with Total Divas lot? Because all you do is post your life up on social media. Fantastic heat magnet once again. Natalya said, yeah, but by the way, I've talked to Kurt Angle, we're having a match. And I'm not by myself. And Nia Jax has returned. Good to see Nia back, actually. So that it wasn't going to be a tag team match, thank God. It was just that Natalya was having backup for herself, with Nia Jax making sure Mickie James doesn't really get involved in the match. The match itself, it was alright. Again, Alexa Bliss's matches are really mediocre at best at sometimes. Her promo works fantastic. So yeah, the match was nothing too special. Natalya did win with a sharpshooter, with Nia Jax getting involved, which does help. She made sure that Mickie James didn't get involved, and she made sure Alexa Bliss didn't cheat, which was great. For me, this is a typical 4 out of 10 match. Nothing too impressive to write home about. Then we had yet another tag team match, but this one was slightly different because it was a 6-woman tag team match. And this all started because Kurt Angle was annoyed with both Bayley and Sasha Banks on how they behaved last week, where they both attacked each other. And he pretty much stated, look, you're having a match again with the Riott Squad, with your partner Ember Moon on your team, and you got to work together. This is your final chance. And it was interesting. It was quite interesting at first. They started trying to work together. Bayley wasn't really getting involved in the match as much. Let's be honest. No one really cared about this 6-woman tag team match. Ember Moon was an afterthought, which is a shame. And the Riott Squad were just a catalyst for what happened. Pretty much, the Riott Squad won yet again. But this time they pinned Sasha Banks. This pretty much caused Bayley to finally lose it and attack Sasha. She went on full-on heel mode, in my opinion. And I was just like, hold on. Is Bayley turning heel? Are we seeing Bayley turning heel? Yes, this is definitely what the fans needed. They needed to see Bayley become a badass. She's now officially a badass. But my God, she destroyed Sasha Banks. And to be honest, I don't blame her. It's not like a heel turn where you kind of go, why did they do this? It was kind of one of those heel turns where if it is a full-on heel turn, which I think that it might do, I think it might be that catalyst for turning Bayley fully heel. Fantastic. She pretty much did everything you've ever done to me. This is for it. And I loved it. And then afterwards, Kurt Angle pulled Bayley to the side and says, you need to go to counselling of what you did. I was like, oh, come on. Please let this be Bayley turn heel, because that's what we want to see. So for me, the match itself, I'm going to add the segment, it's like, Bayley turning on Sasha Banks. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10, mainly because of that part itself. Next up, we were supposed to have a rematch from last week where we saw Mojo Rawley taking on No Way Jose, but that didn't happen. Instead, we had Mojo come out and pick on one of the members of No Way Jose's conga line. It was a guy who was wearing a burger t-shirt, pretty much saying this is the closest you're ever going to become as a wrestler, as a WWE superstar. You know, pretty much slating him to that he was nothing. No way didn't appreciate that. Mojo punched him, and Mojo walked away, saying, "Look, no way, you don't even deserve to be here." What do I think about this? Segment wise, it was weak. It's definitely using two mid-card superstars who have nothing going on for them and building up a feud for that. It's probably going to be like a kick-off show for Extreme Rules as their final match. But for me, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10. Like I said, it's two mid-carders. No one really cares about having a feud. So, yeah, no complaints. No one cares. Yes, we had another tag team match. And just like last week, we had Braun Strowman. But this time teaming up with Kevin Owens, who we faced last week, versus Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor. Yeah, that's right. They kind of mixed the teams up from what they had last week. Decent match. I actually enjoyed it. The best thing was Kevin Owens. Throughout that whole match, it was Kevin Owens. He was scared of Braun. Braun looked like he was about to eat him. And this all started because Braun said, "Look, to Kurt, I've been a bit too harsh on Kevin. I'm going to give him a chance to be my friend." And like, it was just like, I don't believe you. I honestly think you're going to eat Kevin. That's honestly what I think you're going to try and do. It was fun. It was entertaining at its best. Baron Corbin and Finn Balor could not work as a team near the end, and they started taking each other out. That caused a count-out victory for Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman, which was great because Kevin Owens went mental, like, "Yeah, we did it, Braun." Started hitting Braun. Braun did not appreciate that, and Kevin was like, tried to shake his hand. Braun wasn't having any, and he chased him around the building, pretty much to kill him. This obviously caused Kevin Owens to hide, which was one of the best segments of the show, in my opinion. Kevin's hiding. He finally gets to the car, but to get his car back, he's like, "You got my keys, you got my keys." And the valet's like, "I don't have your keys, sir." He has them, and there's Braun's, and he's pointing at Kevin's destroyed car. Kevin Owens' face is just priceless. I think Braun is just a big bully to Kevin. Kevin has technically done nothing wrong to Braun Strowman. Entertaining as hell. Because of the entertainment factor from Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman, it's just been brilliant. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. It was entertaining for what it needed to be. Last but not least, we had the Intercontinental Championship rematch. Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler. And what a match we got for our main event. I thought the match last week was great, but my God, this match just topped it. It was beyond 30 minutes. It was non-stop. There was so many close pinfalls. It was brilliant. Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler, if you want two guys who can just go at it and just give you the best type of match, you know, where it's not just big moves, but it's the flips, it's the technique, it's everything rolled into one. And for me, this is what I got, and it's one of the best WWE matches I've seen on Raw in some time, and that is saying something. You know, everyone says, the Attitude Era was the best era for wrestling. It was the best attitude. The Attitude Era was brilliant for promos and stuff. If you're a wrestling fan, this match is wrestling. This is the best match I've seen years in the company. This was so good. This was brilliant, and it was on free TV. That's how good it was. It looked so close from back to forth, and it looked like Seth was about to win it. Drew McIntyre got involved. He got kicked out of the match earlier by the referee for getting involved. He pulled the referee out. That automatically caused Seth to win the match, obviously by DQ, and then he started destroying Seth Rollins with his partner Dolph Ziggler. Brilliant. Roman Reigns comes out, helps his Shield brother, and it's pretty much Drew McIntyre. That added something else. I was like, Drew McIntyre versus Roman. I would like to see this match, actually. Just that little bit of that little preview between the two was like really good. So for me, brilliant end to the show. Fantastic main event. WWE should be really proud how well this was. For me, this is going to get 9 out of 10. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because it was that good of a match. And that was, you know, what else can I say? There you go, guys. That was Raw for this week. What did I think? I thought the matches which were good were good. The matches which were mediocre were bad. And that's saying something. For me, the main event was the highlight for the whole show. The tag team match with Braun, Kevin Owens versus Finn and Baron Corbin was really good for the after match bits. That was entertaining, and Bayley turning on Sasha was fantastic. Everything else was just okay. It was pain by numbers. The B team are fun and entertaining as well, but it's not at that level of what everyone else is doing. So for me, the final score is going to be a reasonable, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, only because of the Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens parts, and the main event just really saved that show. If it didn't have that, it wouldn't get anywhere close to that score. So for me, that's the final score, 7 out. Yeah, let's give it a 7 out of 10. And there you go, guys. What did you think of Raw this week? Leave it in the comments below. If you do like this video, please like, press the subscribe button, and press the notification button so you can keep up with all my videos, guys. And if you want to follow the channel, you can do on Twitter. It's at SmackTalkYouTube. That's YouTube. And you can follow me on Twitter at Boise88. And I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews.